All right, guys, I know a lot of you guys have been asking to see some more videos with the ducks, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow or the next day of this week. But all the action right now, all the change that's gone on is right here with the aviary, and things have progressed quite a bit, and I wanted to give you kind of a look. We're not done, but we are operational with Aquaponics. We're actually running bluegills in here because they're a native fish. There goes one right there. We dropped about 100 of them. We had one die on us, so I don't think that's anything indicative of the system. These guys were caught locally and transported here, so we'll fish him out and find a place for him to go later. But we do have everything working. This is on a flood and drain. It's actually on fill right now. So we have these two beds running. You can see the water running into them. And they're run with a bell siphon that's right there. And this will be basically our main sump. That's why we're using bluegill in here. We'll be running our tilapia in here. And you can see this is insulated. This is actually the type of skin that you put on like a trailer. And it's got 2 layers of foam insulation and then great stuff kind of topping it off to seal everything together. We've got another flood and drain bed here yet, but we haven't tuned the siphon yet, so it's just kind of in a constant run state right now. You can see it running right there. And we'll get that tuned up on Thursday when David comes back over, but it does stay wet, so we did get some plants started in it. There's some mint cuttings I tossed in there, and I think David's got some basil back there is what that looks like. So that's what's going on in here for now. We still have some more digging to do. We need to dig this out a little bit so it's a little easier to get our solids out of our solid filter there. You can see our solid filter running here. It's got a cone bottom. Pump goes up there, drops into both tanks, plus comes over here into the aviary, which is where the big changes are. I've done a video before on this, but if you haven't seen that video, it's kind of shocking how much larger this space is. And we only enlarged it, up. We didn't really make it any bigger left to right, but it's like a cathedral in here now. And it's very pleasant in here with the 60% shade cloth that we have over 2/3 of it. We got one more bit of cloth we need to get up on that last piece. But we've got raft beds going in here now. And we got a constant flow there, overflow. That all goes back into that sump. And just a little few random plants started here. This will be another raft bed. We don't have it set up yet, but we do have some plants, floating plants in it. If you, I'm going to try to find them for you. We've got little shiners in here, like shiners you buy for bait to cycle this tank. When David and I went and bought some fish, they said they were selling minnows, but they're not minnows. They're not what they said they were. They're a minnow species, I guess, but I can't really see them with the camera. But they're shiners like you buy at a bait shop for bait. They're not fathead minnows, which is what they said they were. There they go. But I don't think you can see them. Anyway, so that's set just on actually right now we're not even running in here. I think that David might have had that running and it might have just failed to keep running there. So we'll give it a little more pressure. There we go. Sometimes with these valves, you have to play with them for a while. You can get to a point where you actually have the valve get clogged when you're running on a real low speed, so I don't think that'll mess anything up by running it like that. We got a wicking bed down here. We got it covered up. We're trying to sprout some sunflower seeds and some radish for microgreens. We have another shallow wicking bed here. You see it's nice and moist. And these are just with a float valve that just, actually this one's done just like that. It's got an overflow. You can hear, if I get my mic, the overflow going there. So these are done with like an overflow valve underneath them. This one is done with basically a float valve that's down in here and that sleeve so we can change the height that just basically controls, and anytime it goes down below a certain level it just lets it fill back up. So this will be a deep wicking bed, and the wicking beds are filled at the bottom with lava rock, which we had some in here. There's a little bit of it laying around. But right now we've got 4 racks, 1 double rack, so 5 beds that we're starting out with. And we have wicking, we have floating, And then we have ebb and flow, flush and drain, however you want to call it, in the main greenhouse. We'll probably do no flood and drain in here. We played with it, but the truth is, guys, in a system like this, you really want to have a sump deep. And as you guys know with my property, deep isn't going to happen here. 11 inches is about as deep as we can go in here without dynamite or a very big excavator. And even with a big excavator, maybe you'd go another foot. So what we've decided to do is elevate our flood and drains in there so that we have those in the system for the filtration they provide. But we can grow anything and everything you'd ever want to grow in these wicking beds. That's like growing in soil, but you've got that water constantly flowing through. Quail seem pretty happy with their new arrangement. I didn't get a picture for David last time he asked me to because he hasn't seen it light up yet. We have lights now, really nice LED lights underneath each one of these racks. And they're on a timer to give the quail a full cycle on their light cycle. And hopefully that'll pick up their laying because, well, they've been pikers lately and they haven't been laying much for us as these days have gotten shorter. That's one of the disadvantages of being in an aviary with them is you don't have that tight, easy, simple control, and we're hoping to take that over. You see, we left the system ready for expansion. Eventually, there'll be 2 more racks here and 3 more racks there, and that'll pretty much max the system out. And I don't see that, you know, we can eat as much as we can produce in a system of this size. So I got some tightening up to do yet on this aviary. I've got some tightening up to do yet on the greenhouse. We're actually going to insulate the greenhouse itself later in the year, but we are going to do a little polishing on Thursday, and we're all ready for our big seminar where we'll be teaching students exactly how to build this. We'll have all kinds of great information for people, how to make these systems pay for themselves as well. And hope you enjoyed today's video, and one more look at some pretty happy quail. I really love raising quail this way. Maybe I get less eggs, you know. Maybe it has a few more challenges here and there. But these are the happiest quail that I have ever seen. And they're completely, if you look at me, I mean, I'm standing in here with them. These guys are completely calm. They may move a little bit as I get close to them, but honest to God, you have to kind of be careful you don't step on them. Until it's time to round them up and clip wings, then everybody gets the word out pretty quick, huh, guys? All right, we'll catch up with you guys later.